Greetings, fellow beings. Ho, ho. That's right. It is a wonderful Wednesday, November 15th, middle of the month. Woo! Good news, right? Good. Love it. Very excited. We got a bunch of stories today. 17 in all. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Sounds better. What do you think? Wait, echo, you said. Wrong mic, they say. Let's double check that. Can you hear me now? Major echoes. Okay. Let's try this. How about now? How about now? I don't have any reverb on. How weird is all of this? Oh, this is crazy. How about now? Are we better? Echo and the Bunny Men says, why on earth? All right. This is so weird. Perfect. All right. Very good. I guess we're not going to have any audio or any music anyway. So let's get to it. We've got a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. When I switch over to EV Mux, these issues will be gone, which means I really have to get that done this weekend. Look at all these amazing people. We got Monica here. We've got Penny here. Griffin is here. We've got a tipping barn here. Low spec Linux laptop. Masters Sidearms is here. Fantastic. Black Saber's in the house. Common Gamer is here. We've got the incredible Brandon Morse, who is now a member. And also commenting on today's video. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was a little steamed yesterday. I'm bad journalism. It really pisses me off. And yes, I guess it could have been editorial. Their editorial policy needs severe revision over at Forbes. Boy, I was pissed. Oh my goodness. Anyway, if I didn't get to you this morning, it's because I needed to sort out the audio. Thank you for your support this morning, folks. We got folks over on Rumble and Odyssey. And it's great to see you, the common nerd and the common gamer over on this side of the equation. We also want to say thank you to DL for actually renewing the membership. I appreciate that. SFX314 Sabertooth Raptor. We've got our favorite polar bear here, Snortopoopas Cuber. Morgan King is in the house. Look at all of these wonderful beings, including Siege Perilous, the Great Mod, Darren Hughes, and of course, Josiah Robinson. I appreciate that. 6 contributed to one of the stories today, which I do appreciate. Captain Phantom Nerd is joining us. D-Bud Martin is in the house. Olaf Von S is joining us as well. And now, with all that, we've got to go. I don't even know if there's any sound here. Is there? Can you hear something? Countdown even working? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yay! I think Jay is out there. Jay, what's up, Jay? And Canadian Spider-Man. Here we go. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. There are 17 stories and all. We want to start here. This Coyote versus Acme thing is a mystery. It's an oddness. It's a strangeness. I've been covering the story in many different ways in many different places, including that Park Place. And instead of shelving this project entirely, it's now out to the public to acquire. So it could be picked up by anybody: Netflix, Apple Plus, or Amazon Video. Could be picked up by a competitor streaming service. But apparently Lord and Miller and Paul Schreier have actually seen this. And I heard good things about the test scores on this film, and it's quite possible that it should have been released theatrically. But if they didn't feel it was up to snuff, who knows? But this is very interesting that this is a project that's being fought over. There's even like congressional hearings into this, or the potential for such. And well, supposedly it's the best version of Looney Tunes on the big screen. So there you have it. Question is, will anybody ever get to see it? Well, I imagine it'll make it to the streaming service, but no further. This dropped this morning, the Madam Web teaser trailer. gives us a first look at the Spider-Man spinoff, according to this, well, the headline here. But what's very interesting is, to me, it looks middling at best. This is going to be and also ran along the lines, as Script Doctor actually said today on social media, probably very similar to like Venom. So it's not going to be all that impressive. Probably spent too much money on it. And while I am interested in Dakota Johnson, I don't know if I'm that interested in this. Again, Madam Web kind of controls the Spider-Mans across the multiverse in her own strange way, aiding their, according to lore, their spider sense, I guess. Very strange stuff. We've got the Fall Guy release date being moved to May, so they are basically taking over Deadpool 3's slot. Well, I would do that too. And I can't wait for this movie. I think it looks cute. The trailer ran just a little bit long, but the premise is neat. And although it deviates quite a bit from the original television show, I think this will be a lot of fun. Young Sheldon is ending with season 7, which means they will be finally done killing this character off slowly in the pop cultural zeitgeist. It's weird when you're able to kill off a character in a prequel series. I mean, they're not literally going to kill young Sheldon, obviously, but this has had dwindling support for quite some time, and CBS is ever content to, drive things into the ground. Speaking of that, Anne Hathaway says, I was warned that my career would fall off a cliff at the age of 35, which a lot of women face. Well, yes. I mean, you could definitely go along with those, crazy red pilling folks and everything else, and, talk about a wall and stuff like that. But in Hollywood, that's actually imposed on the standards that women impose upon themselves and other women. It's not necessarily about whether or not she's still attractive or valuable. As women age in Hollywood, they've always been pushed out the door by younger women. Oh, I wish people would pay attention to what is actually happening. David Zaslav's paying attention to what's actually happening, saying the writers were right about almost everything, but not everything. And he's also quite interested in this 3-year contract. At least this contract has a better chance to get progress in the next contract 3 years from now without a strike. I don't think the actor's contract is going to accomplish same goal. We've got Christopher Nolan out there telling you to buy Oppenheimer on Blu-ray. I agree with him. So you don't have to be held a slave to, the streaming service, because they can definitely steal a lot of things from you. I really like this guy's thinking, going back to film, 70 millimeter and all that. Pretty bright guy. BBC apologizes for, again? Wow, these guys, it seems like daily the BBC gets stuff wrong and has to apologize. Basically, in this case, talking about the conflict in the Middle East, but pick a day in the last 3 weeks where the BBC got something right or did something right. Speaking of doing something right, the AP's shilling hard for the Hunger Games prequel. I'm not sure that's going to help, and I'm not sure anybody's interested. ESPN Bet is a real thing now, and congratulations, Disney, you're a gambling company. Maybe not directly, but way to lend your name to a gambling enterprise. So much for that quieting the noise and, trying to portray yourself as a family company. Vote on tentative contract with General Motors is too close to call. That's right. We have to figure out how to fix this so they can make this contract go through. They worked really hard on it and they want their money. Japan's economy is sinking into contraction, and most of the Western world will follow, including this country. That's right. So, let's go and fight other countries, because that always helps. CEO Sundar Pichai is back in front of the court again, and he will be many more times. He's running an enterprise that's dangerously close to doing a lot of bad things. But YouTube creators should disclose the use of all generative AI videos or risk suspension. I think everybody should do that. Global hacker that was investigated by feds in Puerto Rico is now charged. And of course, we have to end with a deer story. Today, a deer rings a deputy's doorbell in Georgia. And finally, a lion decides to wander about an Italian town before it was recaptured. Apparently, it escaped from the circus and, terrorized the townspeople for the better part of an afternoon and evening, from what I'm to understand. On that note, I'm out of time and I'm out of stories, but I'm going to be out of here, headed over to Midnight's Edge in the morning. You should be too. Check it out. Coming up in just a few moments. And thank you to all of you that were here, especially these incredible members. That's right. What an amazing group of beings. This list will be updated here this weekend, and I will be making the transition to EV Mux, which will fix my audio and allow everybody to hear background music again. I do not know what's going on. StreamYard, OBS, something is not right. It needs to be checked. But I'm glad I solved the echo. I'm glad you're all here. And do check out today's video, Culture Casino versus Forbes, which Darren actually just dropped in the chat a moment ago. Yeah, we're going to be doing even more exciting things with more exciting merchandise. And you know what? I think we're going to start exploiting our friendships with people. I think I'm going to have to send Brandon Morse a hat, maybe a shirt. Of course, one of my amazing water bottles. That's right. Have a great day, everybody, and see ya.